A long winter hunkering down as we await brighter times. Hope in the air with the rapid rollout of vaccines, but no signs yet of an early end to restrictions.
This remains a deadly virus, and it will take time for the impact of vaccinations to be felt. So for now, we must all stand firm.
Winter will still be upon us at the next milestone, the 15th of February, when ministers review the England-wide lockdown. By that date, the government hopes to have offered a vaccine to everyone over 70 and all extremely clinically vulnerable people, regardless of age. Boris Johnson will then set out his roadmap out of lockdown in the week beginning the 22nd of February. That is when Scotland is due to embark on a phased reopening of schools. In England, a longer wait. Schools may begin to open from the 8th of March if the virus is abating. In an ideal world for the government, the spring blossom would herald a wider easing of measures. But the government has given itself leeway on its key goal, vaccinating the over 50s. It's pledged to do that before the end of spring, which is technically the 21st of June.
Good afternoon, thanks for joining us.
Government scientists say that vaccinating that group is crucial to easing pressure on the NHS.
As you go on to the next wave, down to those over 50, we have further inroads into reducing death and also significantly reduce the pressure on the NHS.
Keen for an easing of some restrictions, Tory MPs want England to follow Scotland in a phased reopening of schools this month.
We need to get our children learning again. England should lead by example. Public Health England have said that primary schools are safe, that they have low rates of transmission. So why not at least open the primary schools or a couple of years in the primary schools from after the February half term?
Impatience amongst Conservative backbenchers for movement. Behind the scenes, Tory MPs are critical of the scientists for their caution. You could almost feel the goalposts moving, one told me, of the focus on vaccinating the over 50s. I understand Boris Johnson has been sounding bullish in private about opening up. Rishi Sunak, ever keen to see the economy moving, rarely misses an opportunity to offer warm word to backbench sceptics. But friends insist the Chancellor fully accepts the need to act cautiously in the face of a mutating virus.
It's a big joined up ecosystem.
One leading scientist urges caution.
I think if we learn from our previous two waves, the mistakes that were made were opening things up too quickly and maybe slightly too early. And what we have to think about now is that as we take those most at-risk individuals out of the circulation for the virus will just simply move then into people who are circulating. And if we have large numbers of people 45, 50 onwards circulating in the population with the virus, then the number of infections in that age group will rise and the pressure on the NHS would not be alleviated.
Help at last, prompting natural feelings of elation. But the message for now is hold tight.